My dear friends, welcome you all the delegates, the speakers, and the learned persons to this conference, and also in-house people, the patron of the Association for Asia Pacific, the president of Association for Asia Pacific, and the chairman of this conference. As I might have been introduced by Chairman Saab, I am Dr. Yash Chawla, talking to you from 10,000 kilometers away from Australia, Sydney, and trying to give you a different perspective of today's topic. When we talk of climate change, our emissions which are affecting the climate change, so comes to our mind emissions which are not stopping, the climate is changing, progress to net zero realization. I'm not splitting the two for the time being. Otherwise, net zero itself is a big debate, but having known that there are learned people across on the in the conference, so I will not touch and I will not go into the history of it and the recovery of our climate if it is possible. I'm touching you in a short period of time, a very unusual part of this aspect. See, at this moment, around 50% of the global population is going in for elections. New governments will come. They will have their own agendas, right? It includes 8 out of the 10 most populous countries. Then economics, geoeconomics, and geopolitical scenarios changing because of 45 in troubles they are going on hotspots of war. Why I have thought of talking to you about electioneering and changing world is only recently in August 2023, Ecuador went in for a referendum and it was agreed that Amazon forest will not be touched for further oil drilling. And everybody was happy because that's one very big sink for carbon. But a new president has come. The new president, Novoa, says he will not abide by all this, what has been already agreed, because he needs money to run the country. So if that happens to any other country, which is new government is coming, and then whatever we are agreeing in various conferences, COPs, Conference of Parties, are we implementing those? Coal exports are going on. Okay, we will not use coal, but under the table, we keep on slowly saying we will export coal to be burnt elsewhere. Whether it is burned in one country or it is burnt elsewhere, it is affecting the globe. New coal power stations are coming up. So that means global struggle for climate change has to be fought and won. And we are talking about Asia Pacific. You might say, why not other countries? See, north part of the globe is generally the developed part. or there is a little bit of Africa which cannot do anything. So that means it is Asia, though of course we are in the north part of the globe, touching very close to the equator, but south part of the globe. So that's why we keep on saying South-South collaboration. It has to be fought and won in Asia Pacific. And we have a very small window of time to protect our planet and prosperity of our future people. When I'm talking about time, it's very less. This clock pictures I have purposely put. Actually, these pictures are from Doomsday. There is an Atomic Energy Association. They have a book, and at one time, Doomsday was only 90 seconds away. But they are continuing with that cover page. We are not 90 seconds away, that is true, but we are not also decades away. 6 out of the 9 planetary boundaries have already gone beyond the safe levels. And 2023 was so far the hottest year. In fact, January, February 24 have also been declared the hottest Januaries and Februaries. So that means we are likely to fall short of our goal set by Paris Climate Agreement, which is 2015 COP21. That we should not go beyond 1.5 degree centigrade. In fact, some scientists say we have already touched. Some people say we are at 1.448. And still we keep on discussing these subjects. And our subjects are changing. And next topic of COP29 in Azerbaijan is climate change, biosphere, and biogeochemical. Trouble is, at all these conferences, are we talking about climate disaster science, or we are doing climate diplomacy? So that is to be seen. A recently concluded COP28 in Middle East. How fossil fuel companies won. 90,000 delegates were there in the conference, 90,000 plus. There'll be 1,000 plus people were from fossil sector. And they wanted somehow to manage oil exploration to go on, oil, gas. So how to balance the two situations is abated versus unabated. A single sentence was put in, which will make all these companies to travel further. Unabated fuel. And our scientists, climate scientists are clapping. Yes, now it is the end of fossil era. But there is an escape route. So we keep on reaching some consensus, but it is not effective. Once I said COP21 in 2015, Paris Agreement, very popular, yes, 1.5 degrees centigrade we will achieve. Then every year we keep on working on IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. And I was surprised to see the weight of one set of IPCC, the last volume, is from 16 to 40 degrees centigrade, depending on what type of binding, paper binding or hard cardboard bound, because it contains 9,880 pages. We are writing and writing. But what are we doing? We are creating records. right? And temperatures are going high and high because trouble is the global world dictators do as we say, not as we do. So conferences are there. You keep on flagging various posters. I want a change in all these things. Oh, change means somebody thought that he's talking about the coins and all that. But trouble is every half a degree increase matters. Every year matters. Every day matters. I have put the negative aspects of the whole thing. You will say, then what do we do? What is that you're trying to discuss? And we cannot do anything on this. Sir, what I should do is the biggest question. Question is among the delegates present here, we are common people. There are some people who are into the business, and the new business rules are levying the carbon tax that is going into our production, our processes, our marketing effort, our travel, or our value chain. So we have to go beyond the value chain of mitigation of carbon, right? Then only we can think of near and long-term based targets. When we talk of this carbon fossil fuel usage, see, it has temperatures have hit new high and world is yet to cut the emission. There is no dent except in 2020, which was a period of COVID. So we are going as if nothing is happening. And this is the globe set geographically. Everybody is pumping into the globe. The contribution of carbon, region-wise, and this is each country-wise. So whatever we are committing, there is a gap, and how much is a gap has been shown over there. In all these conferences, what we are trying to do, yes, we will go in for net zero, putting into finger of our chimneys. More and more countries are joining and making the commitment. But what is being done? Is it possible? So we have talked about, as a businessman, we have a role to play. As individual, we have a role to play. So, general, we all know it. Why net zero? Why not we absorb the carbon and not let it come into the atmosphere? The technology is yet to come. So net zero was an escape route, also brought that, okay, we will keep on emitting, but somewhere we will keep on sinking. And today, even the seas have stopped to be that efficient, which they were earlier, because sea sponge has already come in the Caribbean world. Imagine the situation of the people who are born in 2005. If a life cycle of 75 to 100 is considered, imagine that cohort of people in 15-year block. they are going to face the highest temperatures, right? We still have passed through a comfortable period. I'm young, and I'm sure there'll be many other people in the, you know, in the delegates as young. But this is growing. Temperature is rising up. And 6 kids who are considered to be climate heroes in Europe and USA have started going to the court against 32 countries. And in USA, it has been accepted in one of the courts. Why not we here? Disasters because of climate change are on the increase, and storms are there, floods are there, earthquakes are there. And our friends from Set 6, scientists are working. They say 2030, there'll be 560 disasters as per the statistics of the idea. The word goes on, the marches go on, various types of actions are being taken by the youth, and also scientists are analyzing what are the nationally determined contributions you have agreed, the targets. So long term and near term has to be seen. And India comes in the list of, yes, India, China, Saudi, Turkey. All these countries are doing action, and they're likely to meet the target of NDC committed, whereas Canada, Australia, and USA, etc., are less likely. Indonesia is put in a category of uncertain. So there are a number of stakeholders. We as individuals are there, as industry is there, as our technology from the industry is concerned, government is concerned, everybody has to work. So our needs and behavior of consumption has to change. Technology advancement has to be done. Steel manufacturing has to be green steel now. I came across this beautiful picture. See, all these properties, whether it is a house or a factory, are insurable on a nominal premium. But insurance premiums are on the increase, depending upon the possibility of this property, which is not able to meet the threats of climate change. So insurance will be higher. Similarly, our processes will have more carbon tax, which have seen. Banks will not give us loan if our processes are not moving towards reduction of carbon. So this is the challenge we are going to face. I do not want to, I can keep on speaking, but I would like that eminent speakers present here should also catch up. So that means we are to catch up with net zero, the take up of all this what I have talked. I have tried to give you a holistic concept of global efforts, talks, and no actions. Also there, practices in Asia and Pacific countries with local changes have to be studied. We have to go deep dive for collaboration and go in for collaboration and partnership. More takeaways will be from the eminent speakers who are still waiting for my talk to finish. And I'm sure they will help us move from climate anxiety to action. And if you have any suggestion or if you think we can collaborate between Asia and Pacific, please write to Association for Asia Pacific Union. You have the address with the chairman. And as far as any question is concerned, you can also share it with him and you will get the response by email or by phone call or whatever. And we have to keep on working towards how can we absorb or eat away or consume the carbon. So with this, I will like to stop and wish you all the best for the conference. And I stop.